It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Again, it's Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Henry out of the pistol. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They go play action with Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 52 yards. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. Unable to corral him. He fights through. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. 13. This time Jackson will throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Murray. Got his man, it's Dortch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4.
To throw is Murray. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
First carry for James Conner, and he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Connor. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action now. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, here's Henry. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get it.
And got his man complete. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little.
Touchdown, Cardinals! A great play there. 40 yards. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Play action. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, a Cardinal sin there. Thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like
2nd and 7.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
On the counter, it's Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5.
Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And you can forgive this defense just a bit here. They know how dangerous Lamar Jackson is running the football. Stopping him is in many ways a prime concern. So here, they're late to react to the handoff on the option, and it costs them as this winds up a touchdown.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now to throw.
They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Being chased out left. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Back now in Baltimore. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. He couldn't get rid of it.
Winds into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
That's going to be caught.
And the Cardinals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Connor is in. Touchdown, Arizona. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 84 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a first down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. 13. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Mitchell now off the option. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Defensively, they know the situation. They stack the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. And if they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Jackson.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
To throw is Murray.
He's got McBride.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Murray. Flush to his right. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Murray. That is caught. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And this will be swung out here for counter.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ballgame. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Now Jackson.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
So it's the Cardinals set to receive it. They'll look for a winning drive as we get this overtime period started.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. First throw of overtime for Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They'll try the jet sweep with Harrison. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's Murray from midfield. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. They run behind center with Connor. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him. To throw, it's Murray. Forced out to his left. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 2-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals offense staying put. Obviously, watch out for Kyler's legs. They'll go for 2 here. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Buying time to his left. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Jackson to throw. That is caught, Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Here's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On the option right is Jackson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Here is 3rd down and 4. Jackson. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. Jackson. Steps away to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And that's going to be incomplete.